Hello YouTube, welcome to my YouTube channel, Anna Bella, and now I'm going to show you the Strength of Youth, the November 2024 General Conference issue. This has got to be one of the most well put together General Conference magazine issues I've ever seen. It's short, it's punchy, it's preppy. It does everything you'd want a conference issue to do. So this is the contents. So we've got Gospel Living app down here, and we've got wallpapers in a QR code. I'm never going to get over the fact that they're now putting QR codes and links to the apps, because there are loads of apps. How I watch general conferences, I have the church YouTube channel open, I have the Instagram app open, and I have a link to the church website in case something drops on there. That is the new way of watching general conference. It is literally like glued to like 3 devices, so you can look stuff up as it drops. Just saying. Okay, and it's interesting who they've put first. Obviously, they've got President Russell M. Nelson first, but in reality, his talk is usually the last one. So this is General Conference at a glance, and that's a very interesting page because I've got a different General Conference at a glance page, which I'm just going to go and get back. Sorry about that. Right. So that's the General Conference at a glance in the Strength for Youth magazine, which is basically an 11 to 19 magazine. Up here, as we have General Conference notes, and this is from the Friend. Loving the infograph. So we've got how many temples, children's choir, 3 quotes, watching General Conference around the world, and then we've got then and now. So 100 years ago, they could listen to conference on the radio. 70 years ago, they could watch it on TV. 25 years ago, they could watch online. Now you can basically watch on your phone, your tablet, YouTube channel. Church didn't have a YouTube channel. I remember it being beamed to stake centres and you have to go and watch it there. Same with the radio. So it's all very, very new. This is from the October 2024 Friend. Well, it's actually October General Conference in the November Friend. But I always thought that that was interesting because I like the infographics. It's always good to have graphs and charts. Anyway, this one does not have any graphs and charts, which is a tad disappointing. But the rest of this is very, very well presented. And in fact, you could give it to a reasonably literate child. So there we've got a picture of the president, his very much reduced speech down to like 3 paragraphs, and then temple announcements with some Jesus art. Loving it. We've got Follow Christ, which is another Oaks talk there. So you've got a picture of him. Doctrine is Simple, and then we've got a picture of Henry B. Eyring. It's really nice how they've done this. Look at it, it's like Blockbuster with the little squares. Yeah, that's showing my age, but you've got a picture of the person who gave the talk, then who gave it. It is just so nicely presented, this whole thing. Female talk. Then this is Saturday afternoon session. And then this was the end of the Sunday morning session. So they even tell you that. So it's really nicely done. Afternoon, so this is British Apostle. And we've got, still in the Saturday evening session now, starting here. More blockbusters. It's just really nice and a female talk. Still Saturday evening, Beware of Pride, etc. I Am He. And then we've got Seeking Answers to Spiritual Questions. She always gives excellent talks. Absolutely always does. Does Sister Tracy Y. Browning. Her glasses are their own creation. Sunday morning session. So we've just got Sunday morning session. Saturday evening session's finished. Sunday morning session has started. See, look. If you've not got the new 2022 for the Strength for Youth, a guide for making decisions, then you are not going to be able to cope in the church. You have to have that to be able to function. Sorry, it's just the way it is. Sunday morning session. Then we've got the Sunday afternoon session. I have done a video on that because they're using that more and more and more and more in talks. They did before in the old one where it was do this, don't do that. But things are very different now. And some people say, oh, but people will still stick to it. They won't be as flexible, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, actually, it's 2024. They're going to have to be. It's just the way it is. Sunday afternoon session, especially if they want to welcome investigators. We don't call them investigators anymore, we call them friends. Sunday afternoon session, yeah, it's a whole different vocab. And then we've got sacred scripture, the foundations of faith. I am going to get back to that, but look at this. So lovely. Loving the high art, end art things that we're doing now. So that's that. That's the friend at a glance. Sacred scripture for the foundations of faith. Now, what people don't realise is, A, there are more members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints living outside of Utah and outside of the USA, and B, how big scripture Bibling, Bible studying, scripture journaling is in America. Because the rest of the world, it's not a thing, but it's starting to be in the LDS Church for a whole variety of reasons, with the new Come Follow Me home-centred church-supported home-centred curriculum. Yes, I've done a couple of reviews on that. Look, more QR codes. So that's the Book of Mormon app this time. If you're not regularly looking at the church website, you are not going to be able to survive in this church. Hence why they've made the magazines freely available to all members now. That's another issue as well, because magazines are, as a physical thing, are dying in the world. People are reading them on the tablet. You can obviously read all these magazines online for free. You don't have to get them delivered to you. But every member of the church who is baptised can now access the magazine subscription for free. I really love that decision. But this general conference issue is really well put together. It's beautiful. And I just wish the Leona was as lovely as this, because it's an easy read. I can read this, you know, and have a real good session on it. Yes, it's not as detailed. You haven't got the links, but it would be nice if they had some like scripture links at the bottom. That would be so nice for each of the talks, I think. But they've got links to where you can read the full talk on the website. It is a bit jarring to see website links and app links and QR codes in magazines, the church, but it needs to be done. This is 2024, people. We've moved on. Technology's moved on. Thank you, pandemic, for actually pushing that button, because I really think that they were using it, but they were trying to sort of like, you know, foot in the mud, but now they've been fully pushed, which is really good. Thank you, Zoom. So, yeah, this is the end of this review. I am going to be doing some more Bible reviews / scripture reviews / Mormon quad reviews coming up this year, purely because there's so much out there. I've been sucked down a study Bible thing for absolutely ages, and I managed to finally choose one. But it's so fascinating to see how detailed they are, because you can't get some of these study Bibles in the UK. You have to be Anglicanized for UK English and various other bits and bobs, which is fascinating. So that, I'm really pleased that Sacred Scripture Studies is at the back. And obviously talking about the Book of Mormon, yes, I will be doing a review. So please like, comment and subscribe. And yes, I may probably be doing some more of these, just because. Anyway, this is the end of the video. Bye. Thanks for the support. Ta-ta.